Minnesota Lynx into the WNBA Finals after beating the Sun last night 88-77. Napheesa Collier is that girl. She is the girl from North Country. 27 points on 10 of 16 shooting, 11 rebounds, also had 4 blocks. That is your defensive player of the year, putting up those stats last night. And these are her stats from the last 3 games. You take a good look at them because we have never seen a streak like that in the WNBA playoffs ever before. She is the first player in WNBA history to record 25 or more points and 10 or more rebounds in 3 straight playoff games. We have said it often this season. Napheesa Collier is one of, if not the most well-rounded player in the WNBA. Yes, the MVP award rightfully went to A'ja Wilson this season, but Napheesa Collier certainly made a case for herself, and her play is one of the primary reasons that the Lynx find themselves into the finals and why the Lynx were one of the best teams in the regular season as well.
That game got away from the Sun about midway through the first quarter, and that was it. And I think that Napheesa Collier is that dudette, right? Like one of the best hoopers in the NBA. Courtney Williams was, to me, the one that really jumped off the screen. Just watching them play, her ability to take and make tough shots is incredible. She's also more than just a pest on defense. She's a good defender, and that team defensively, with Collier at the helm, and with Williams as well out there on the perimeter, and everybody else involved, they made life hell on the Connecticut Sun on the offensive side of the ball. And the Sun will do that. Mm-hmm. They will have lulls, long lulls, where offensively they just can't get something going because so much of their offense is, hey, AT, get the ball and just do something. Make somebody's life a little bit easier. DeWanna Bonner didn't have the best of games. Harris didn't have a good shooting game. Mabry, didn't have a good shooting game either. And that's a testament to that Lynx defense, but also it's kind of an indictment on what the Sun are offensively, or what they were this season in the Sun. I feel like this is the 3rd year they've gotten to like this point in the season, and they get bounced up out of there. They've got some things to figure out to get over that hump.
And for the Lynx, I think you nailed it, both with Courtney Williams and then also Kayla McBride. Kayla McBride is a bucket. She had 24 points last night. Gives you another great shooter. The Lynx have a big 3 of their own. It's Napheesa Collier, Courtney Williams, and Kayla McBride. And those 3 allow, and more specifically, like those 2 players allow for Napheesa Collier, yes, to ball out like she did last night and in the last 3 games. But when she only has, I think she had 9 points in the first game of the series or the second game of the series. And there's enough power around her where she can just dominate defensively, doesn't always have to produce the offensive production because there are other options for this Lynx team. Also, I say this as like kindly and well-meaning. I think Napheesa Collier is like one of the most adorable assassins that we have in sports. Like she just is running out there. She looks like someone that I would just want to go like have a glass of wine with. Like she's got a smile on her face, she's bopping around, and then bam, she's blocking another one of your shots. I am so excited. It puts her and Brianna Stewart up against each other in the WNBA Finals. They were teammates for a year at UConn. They also together, Napheesa Collier and Stewie, created that new Unrivaled League that is a 3-on-3 league coming in January. A ton of star power behind that. Some of the people who are involved, the sponsors, are like Alex Morgan, Gino Auriemma, Megan Rapinoe, Carmelo Anthony, Steve Nash, Michelle Wie, Tyus, and Trey Jones are involved in that too. And I think this can produce like a really great marketing opportunity for that league as it's trying to get going. And they are also guaranteed to pay 6-figure salaries, which is huge for women's basketball in the offseason. But it does create just a really exciting matchup. You have either Minnesota, who will become the first team in W history to win 5 titles, or the Liberty, who will finally win their first after 28 long years of never winning one. What's your pick?
Liberty. I'm not sure if you can lock them up defensively. Like you'll have to. The Sun at times stop themselves. I'm not sure that the Liberty will do that. And as long as Ionescu realizes that she is probably the best offensive player on the court on both sides of the ball. I mean, I say probably. When she's on, she is absolutely the best offensive player on the court at any given moment. As long as she realizes that and plays like that, plays downhill, attacks the rim, I like the Liberty a lot in this one. Going back to the Sun and their disappointment, just a moment. 2019, they lost in the finals. 2020, they lost in the semifinals. 21, they lost in the semifinals. 22, they lost in the finals. 23, they lost in the semifinals. This year, they've lost in the semifinals. So this is a Sun franchise that is good. Like regular season, good. And then postseason, when they have to win 3 games against the best teams in the W, be it the Lynx this year, Liberty, I would throw the Aces in there as well. They don't have enough to get over that hump. I'm interested to see what they do from a franchise going forward. If they don't decide, hey, I'm not saying break it up, but let's see what is out there. Let's see what we can do from a roster construction standpoint. Now back to the Lynx Liberty. I think that not only with Ionescu being the best offensive player on the court, but they're going to be able to throw a lot of really good players who are big at you. Right? They're going to be able to throw Stewie. They're going to be able to throw Jonquel Jones at you. And that's going to get frustrating for Collier, who isn't going to be able to just go one-on-one. And even when the double comes, you're not being doubled by all defensive players, right? Typically, you're being doubled by somebody on the weak side, not somebody who is one of the best defenders in the league in her own right. So I think that with those 2 Twin Towers, plus Ionescu, plus Sloot, who's due to have one of those 11, 12, 13 assist type performances, I like the Liberty a lot. I'm going to say Liberty and 4.
I'm hoping it goes 5. Although Napheesa Collier said last night that she was hoping it goes 3, and her coach was like, no, stop talking. Don't talk right now. It does start Thursday, tomorrow night, going up against Thursday Night Football. You know my feelings on the WNBA scheduling and not giving them as great of opportunities as possible to exist where they're not having to go up against football. But that will not be the case tomorrow.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.